Well, hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo. I am one of your hostesses, Gayle Nicholson, with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. Oh, Mercury's got a hold of my mouth too. And to my side, we have Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista, and down below, always in support, Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris. So get this. Mercury retrograde is holding on with its claws to Krista's computer. We can't hear her. No.
It's holding her hostage.
So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, but she's going to keep trying to fix this because we needed to get online so that Facebook didn't go 10 minutes late, close the door. Yeah,
and they would do that.
You're here. What?
They would like not. What would they do if we were like 10 minutes late?
They just wouldn't let it post.
Wow.
They wouldn't post it to my business page or our Three Crones in the Woo Woo group.
Yeah.
And nobody be seeing us except for those who were on YouTube. So it is a beautiful day where I am at. I think we're going to have 3 good sunny days here over this week, leading into frost season, scary season. And here in Michigan, I read something yesterday that this is like one of the latest years for the leaf turning and the frosts. The latest frosts have come up here is like November 5th. So we're only 2 weeks out of that. So we'll see how long it takes. But as a result, the leaves aren't really turning in southeastern Michigan. So it's just, somebody described it as it's kind of a yellow, crusty, been too long at the beach kind of burn instead of that vibrant. I can understand that look. Awesome stuff. Well, okay, so while we are saying hello to everybody and welcoming everybody in, Damaris, how is the weather out where you're at?
Absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit windy, but it's very sunny and crisp. The weather is just beautiful over here in New York. So I'm loving it. A little windy, so you have to wear a sweater or a light jacket, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. And the trees and the leaves are turning. So yeah, they're turning brown and they're falling. So it's definitely fall.
Nice.
But it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So poor Krista's like, well, you know what? For those of you who have not been following Krista's escapades over the last couple of weeks with her mom over there in the Netherlands and her dad, and Kevin's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Kevin. Our own little studio gremlin over there. See, she's posted, both she and Sue Ward Paquin, who has been our past sponsor, has always been her mother, has been over there exploring all of the different sites and restaurants, and they've been sharing pictures on their Facebook pages. And I'm so jealous. A couple of those places that, the food and the cocktails, and we know Krista and Kevin are definitely cocktail connoisseurs, So yeah, we've been really enjoying those pictures, and I can't wait to see more. She's there for another week or so, right? Oh, she's going to extend your 10 days?
10 days.
Nice. Very cool. All right. I love it. Love it.
She's going to have to post those crystals. She's going to have to write it down and we'll read them off.
Oh my. Oh, she's cutting out.
Oh, she's going to work on it.
Yeah, she's going to work on it. So let's just keep moving forward and bring in as well. Let's talk about your segment, Damaris.
Yes, let's do
wait. Back. Hold on one second. No sound. No luck. Okay. All right. So we're going to do Damaris's segment right here. And hopefully that will give Krista a
Yeah.
little more time to work on her stuff. Awesome.
All righty then. So we're going to talk about, we had 5 planets in retrograde, and now Mercury and Jupiter are going direct. So now there's only 3 planets in retrograde. So the fact that Mercury and Jupiter are going direct means that new ideas will emerge, new opportunities. It is time to take those ideas and take those opportunities and move forward and create something. I've been having an itch, so to speak, on creating something new, creating something that I haven't created before. So everybody is, welcome to start doing something like that. Again, time is of the essence. We came here to, fulfill our purpose, and so each of us has a unique purpose, and this is the time to really, really get into that. um, um, Seeing what it is that's hidden that you need to allow to emerge out of you, and then you can, start working on those ideas and those new opportunities that are going to show up, and using it to benefit yourself and the world. So it's, again, we gotta use all our gifts to benefit others. Now we have a full moon on the 20th. I want to talk to you a little bit about the full moon. I really don't talk about the full moon because there's a lot of sites and a lot of people that post about full moon ceremonies and, all of that. But what I want to say is that when we really want to manifest, and when we really want to use the full moon's energy to manifest, we have to take our personality and elevate it to a soul level. When we elevate it to a soul level, we almost are crossing a bridge, so to speak. I think that bridge is called the Antakarana Bridge. And in that space where we're crossing from the personality to the soul, we can manifest things instantly. So I want to sort of like just emphasize that when we want to manifest, it's really not from the personality level, it's really from the soul level. And so we have to be pure, and we have to be, we have a lot of faith that these things are going to manifest. The book, let's say the law of attraction, let's say, I was going to say The Secret, but the law of attraction, works, at a deeper level. We think that we're just going to affirm something and visualize it, and it's going to, manifest. It doesn't work like that. It works on a soul level. What else was I going to say? Scorpio the sun goes into Scorpio on the 22nd of October. That is an opportunity. Scorpio is an amazing sign. It has different levels of consciousness, and it is an opportunity for us to really go into a higher vibration, the higher vibration of Scorpio, so that we can transcend and transform and sort of like rebirth ourselves. And really, that's what that sign is there about. Try and stay away from lower energies and lower vibrations that create drama and create problems and negative situations. So my invitation to you is to, even though you're not, say, Scorpio, but to use the energies of the sign, because in our chart, we all have Scorpio in our charts. For example, my Scorpio is in the 4th house, which is the house of home. What am I going to do in that space, right? So I'm going to try not to argue with anybody at home, stay out of that lower vibration, help myself transcend, and help everybody else at home transcend, so that we can get to other levels, and we can get to other, we can see aspects of ourselves that we haven't really tapped into yet. I also want to talk about the 7 vibration. The 7.
Wait. Hold on.
Go ahead. You want to add something?
Yeah, actually, I do. Because you're saying whatever your house your Scorpio is in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my chart, and I want to clarify this not just for other people, but also for myself. I've got Neptune in Scorpio in my 1st house, and the moon in Scorpio in my 12th house.
who in your first house, that's very interesting because the first house has all to do with yourself. It has to do with, the first house happens to be the mask that we wear, is,
Mm-hmm.
what people see when they initially meet you. It's not really the depth of you. It's just what they see when they see you at first. But so the first house, I have those two also. I have Scorpio and Neptune, or Neptune and Scorpio, however you want to word it. But I have that in my fourth house. You have it in your first house, which is amazing. Which again, let's use the Scorpio energy to help you transcend. Sometimes we have to go to the depth of things. We have to sort of like go to an abyss, so to speak, to then transform ourselves and literally rebirth ourselves. So that's an opportunity you have. And I feel like everything that you've been going through recently is that opportunity where now you can take those energies on a higher vibration, a higher octave, and use it now in a different form than you have in the past, because you're more aware, you're more time right now is speeding up, because the universe wants us to get to where we need to get sooner rather than later. So it's an acceleration of time, and we don't really have time for drama and time for
Well, that makes a lot of sense on how
You got it?
can Krista.
Oh, no.
No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense, because I'm like really losing my patience with a lot of bullshit. I thought it was just menopause, but it's gotten worse. I'm just like,
yeah, because you're done with that.
Yeah.
You're transcending. You're done with that. Those are lower vibrations, as I said to you before.
Yeah.
And so, and I always say the drama keeps the trauma going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we don't want to have trauma. We've had enough of that, all of us, in our past. So
now how do you end up having Scorpio in two houses, though? I mean, they're next to each other. It's house 1 and house 12. But is it that the constellation is kind of laid across both houses on the chart, and you get the vibe back?
You said you have Scorpio in what houses?
According to my chart here, I have Scorpio in my first house. It's actually Neptune in Scorpio in my first house. And then I have my moon in Scorpio in my 12th house.
I'm trying to see what that means. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to tell you why. So Scorpio normally resides in the 8th house. So that's its home, right? That's its home.
Okay.
But transiting Scorpio is the one you have in the first house.
Okay. Yeah, that's my ascendant.
It shouldn't be in the other house you spoke about. In the 10th house, you said?
No, the 12th house.
The 12th house.
It's almost like, on the wheel, you've got the 12th house, you've got the first house, and Scorpio's like in both of them.
It's the degrees.
Yeah.
It's the degrees.
Okay, so that is possible. You can have Scorpio in two separate houses.
Yes.
Wow, I am like completely wrecked.
I was trying to figure it out, and I got it. Yeah, it's the degrees. It's the degrees of it.
Okay. Yeah. So then Scorpio in your 12th house would be what?
So the 12th house has to do with confinement, and confinement doesn't necessarily be like that you're in a prison or in an institution. It just confinement in a mental state, and it has to do with what you're not aware of. The 12th house is really like the unconscious, what you're not conscious of, almost like the subconscious. So you really want to bring those planets or those signs down so that you can become conscious of what's there. But the 12th house has a lot too, because that's Neptune. That's also where Pisces resides, which is a lot of mysticism, a lot of spiritual energy there. You want to bring it down from the 12th house so you can become conscious of it. And you don't want to leave it there. We have the progression, right? So the progression means you're a Libra, but you have probably progressed to maybe 2 signs. So you're not really in the progress chart. You're not really a Libra anymore. You were born as a Libra, but you have progressed to another sign. And I don't know where you're at exactly. It depends on the degrees.
Yeah. The last time I checked on that, and mind you, that was years ago,
Okay.
when the first time that I'd heard about, your sign may have shifted.
Yes.
I was still in Libra.
Really?
Yeah, or maybe I was understanding it incorrectly,
Maybe
but
you
I
weren't. 'Cause
really didn't,
the degrees move it, whether you're
Yeah,
ready for it or not.
yeah,
On a conscious level, it moves you. If you're not ready, you're still vibrating off, the old energy, but it's still moving you because time doesn't stop.
right.
Yeah, so it's still moving you. I've seen in charts where people were a Libra in a past life and they come back as a Libra in this life. So what that means to me is that they haven't really kind of fulfilled that purpose and they came back to fulfill that purpose. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's
Interesting.
very intricate, but it's
Yeah,
it's very interesting at the same time. So
right.
literally, your chart is your progression, your transcendence, your transformation. And
Mm-hmm.
each house, there's almost like a state of consciousness in each house. And so when you almost like cross that bridge, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
you move consciously, into the next house. But again, we're talking about Scorpio, that we're going into Scorpio on the 22nd. It's really about, going into the higher levels, the higher vibrational consciousness of Scorpio, which is actually the Phoenix, where, you've been through a lot, you can get burned, and
Mm-hmm.
come out of the ashes, so to speak.
Right.
You get it fixed? Oh no, no. She goes like this. I'm thinking she got it fixed.
Yeah, she's the Phoenix. She's the
Yeah.
Scorpio Phoenix. Right. This is kind of fun, actually, watching.
Watching
She's gonna
her.
pantomime the whole show.
Yes, yes. It is kind of funny. But
And
yeah,
Krista's
so
gonna talk about rocks today.
I know. Well, she could show it to us. She could show it to us. And maybe you can talk a little bit about it, Gail, because you
Yeah, maybe I will, but and please forgive me. I do not mean to come across like I am mocking people who know sign language or deaf people or anything like that. I know very little sign
yeah,
language,
no, no,
and
no.
it has been very helpful to me. Hey, Sue Ward Paquin is here. She's finally on. So glad you joined us. Thanks so much.
Yes.
I'm trying to look on Facebook to see if we're live on Facebook, and I'm not
We're
seeing the
not.
live in our group. I
Maybe
don't know
because
what is going on. Again, Mercury.
Mercury. And it went
Mercury
direct. It
is
went, it
kicking
still
and
doesn't.
screaming on its way out.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Oh my gosh.
So we're
Um,
not live.
well, we are live on YouTube.
So
It's
maybe
not
it's because we're
StreamYard's
also
problem. It's
recording.
Facebook's problem.
Yeah.
Like so. I'm checking something out here.
Look at Krista.
I know I can't.
She has no idea why she's got no volume, no voice.
Oh gosh. Okay, so
What you figure out, Gail?
hold on one second. Okay, here's what I figured out, everybody.
Okay.
The show is live on www.gaylenicholson.com/stream. That's through the YouTube feed. So you can either go to my profile, Gayle Nicholson, on YouTube and see me, see the show live, or you can go to my website and watch it while it's live, because that feed is only live while it's live. But of course, the video will be up there on YouTube after the fact if you come back. And it's not, I don't know what's going on. Facebook is being goofy. So I'm going to post in our group for people to come join us over on the stream page. And hopefully we'll get more people to see us that way. Because right now it feels, I'll be honest, I am so used to everybody who shows up at each week coming in and chatting us up and all that kind of stuff. That I feel like we're on Twitter and we're yelling into the abyss. Um,
Well, can they watch the replay too if they can't go on on the live show to watch us?
yes, I will. It will be on YouTube after it's over.
Okay.
If they want to come back and watch the replay. And I just posted into our group. Facebook is being goofy. Watch here with the link to the stream page. So, Krista, how are you coming with the... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You don't have your anything on mute? Nothing? What if you go out and rejoin us through your phone? Call me, girlfriend.
So
She might have a hard time with StreamYard on the phone.
the vibration, the 7.
Yes, please.
Yeah, while she works on that. So the 7 vibration, I love the 7 vibration. It's, soul searching. Again, it goes well with everything else that I said before, finding, our uniqueness, what our purpose is, allowing these ideas to emerge, allowing the new opportunities to come forth, and literally taking the opportunities that resonate with our souls and go for it. Soul searching also means that for those people that haven't started their inner work, it also means that it is a time to start working on yourself, to start healing the inner child, because we all have something. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has something that they need to work on. And so working on that inner child and finding yourself, your true self, is really important, and it's very needed, because it's not just for you, it's also for everybody, because your gifts will be shared with everybody. So the 7 is, I love the 7 vibration, and also is the number that's mostly mentioned in the Bible. For those of you that read the Bible, it's mentioned so many times in the Bible. 7 is a very powerful number, very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we'll touch bases with Krista.
Let's see if this works.
Let's see.
I can hear you on the Facebook Messenger call. Yes, we can.
I can't hear her.
Now I can hear you. You're in sync with you on the screen. So
Wow. Yeah, we can't hear her.
What? Wait, Damaris, what?
I can't hear what she's saying.
Okay, I'm hearing her through my microphone. That's it. Yep. All righty. And I don't know how to patch you in like that.
Well, maybe you could talk about the crystal, and she can, cheer you on.
Yes, it's fluorite. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is pretty amazing.
How beautiful. I love fluorite. What kind of fluorite? Oh, I thought it was a heart fluorite. What does it say? Focus priorities for fluorite.
Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay. Hold on.
It is so beautiful, because we have different fluorites. That one is very pretty. Can you hear her, Gayle?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, now keep that there. Okay, so she's showing us a beautiful tower of rainbow fluorite with all the different colors, the clear, the purple, the green, the blue. It's gorgeous. I want to point this out while you're holding that there. This is what you get when it starts out like Krista's and you leave it in the sunlight.
Wow.
Sunlight will bleach fluorite.
No
Do
way.
not leave it out in the sunlight.
It took on another form, that one.
Yeah, it's just so much lighter now. And it was just as vibrant as that when I bought it.
Wow.
So yes, it is, as Krista was saying, it is for excuse me, for focus and priorities. And when I purchased this particular piece, I bought it on my lunch hour and I brought it back to the office and I showed it to one of the other two women that worked in the office. Now, this woman happened to be a dry drunk, an alcoholic with no program. And she asked if she could hold it. And so I said, yeah, sure. And not 2 seconds in her hand, how do I want to show this here? You see how the point is not quite right?
Yeah. Did she
It
drop
exploded in her hand. She was too chaotic. It could not handle her vibration and it fractured and broke off.
Whoa.
Yeah. So both of those things are just to put in for you. Fluorite is awesome stuff, but it can be very fragile, right? I've got these little fractured pieces as well. So it is about putting focus in place. It is about putting alignment in place. Yeah. And if anything that does not have that aligned energy, when it's all chaotic and you're static electricity and all that, yeah, connected to Mercury.
The one that's holding her hostage over there.
Wow.
Oh my God. Mercury has its grips on her still. Doesn't want to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now the pink and the green, right?
Yeah, the purple and the green and the blue.
Purple. Wait, what did you say? The purple and the green and what?
The purple and the green and the blue.
And the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, those are high chakras. Look at that. The higher chakras.
Yep. 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 It is all about the higher chakras and having all of that, like heart and up.
Yes.
In alignment.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely. Excellent. So Krista is saying that make sure that when you're working with fluorite and with that those higher chakras, right, in alignment, make sure that you anchor down.
Yes.
Because that's how you allow those higher alignments to actually take presence in material world.
Sounds
to
like
paraphrase.
What I was saying about the 12th house, Gayle.
Pardon me?
Sounds what I was saying about the 12th house. The 12th house is, all the spiritual stuff, right? And you have to bring it down, like I was saying before. So that fluorite works well with that Scorpio energy that I was talking about, or the 12th house, Neptune, Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Scorpio is about transforming, transcending. So if we can transform, transcend, and rebirth, then we can pull that energy down, that that information that's hidden from us because it's in the subconscious, and we can then act on it and bring it to the world.
Perfect. Absolutely. Yes. Mm-hmm. Wait, time out. Interpreter has to interpret. Okay, so she said one thing that she wants to put in because of what you said, Damaris, is that what was that next part about the shit show? Yeah, it's been kind of a shit show over there. Focus needs to be in alignment with priorities as well as with the full moon. Mm-hmm. Yes. Gotcha. Right. So what Krista is saying is that, especially with this particular full moon, it's really important that your thoughts and your words, as far as your priorities, align. You know, there's that little, oh, I say I want to be a millionaire, but I really don't. Subterfuge is not going to go well for you, right? Right. Right now, right, it's a moon, and the full moon is in Aries.
Aries.
There's a whole lot of impulsive, let's do this, let's hurry up and make this happen energy with that. And
Yeah. And also what I said earlier too, the personality has to, sort of bridge with the soul to
yeah,
bring those manifestations down.
right.
Because the law of attraction, when you affirm, when you make rituals, the law of attraction works, but it could be delayed
Hmm.
depending on your state of consciousness or what you're trying to create. When
Or,
you
yeah, or
go
your
into
mixed
that level of
messages.
the soul,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Mismatch.
manifests really fast.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's really not fun. They have a phrase for it in recovery where it's like 1 foot in yesterday, 1 foot in tomorrow, and you're pissing all over today. And
Yes.
that's
That's exactly right.
right.
Exactly
And
right.
that's exactly what, so be authentic, be honest
Yes.
about what it is that you're at, you want your priorities to be going forward with the energy of this particular full moon.
Yeah.
Because Aries will throw
I
it back at you like, you said you wanted this, bitch.
yeah. I have an example. This lady is I was doing a reading for this lady, and she's getting a divorce, going through a divorce, but she already wants another relationship. So I said, wait a second, if you attract another relationship so fast, you may just go into the same kind of situation because you haven't taken the break, the time to work and heal and identify what your role in that divorce was.
Hmm.
So it's we have
Yeah.
to, again, if she starts working with the full moon to manifest another person into her life, it might be the same guy in a different face.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Awesome stuff. All right. What else we got, Krista? Because we didn't even do your little thingy.
Ah!
Ooh.
I have one of those.
Nice.
So pretty. Yeah.
So, Damaris, did you hear Krista?
No, I
Okay,
just
just
saw.
checking because you were responding as if you were hearing
No,
her.
she was showing the fluorite bracelet, and
Yeah,
I said, "Oh, I have one of those. It's so pretty." Yeah, I have that one.
perfect. Well, so here's my interpretation of Miss Krista's. First of all, we want to give a nice little plug to Sue Ward Paquin. And Sue, hi, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
She and Cynthia Cruz are the only ones that are in the Facebook comments section right now. Thank you so much for being
Yes.
here. Sue just had some new fluorite come in. She's got necklaces that
Ooh.
are now available, just arrived. And she has those rainbow fluorite stretchy bracelets that the two of you have.
Yeah.
I know I have one. It's just, I think it's in my jewelry box
Well,
that I
you just
packed.
moved, so
Yeah. 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 So definitely reach out to Sue Ward Paquin for whatever aligns with you with regard to the fluorite that you would like more of in your life. Whether it's the bracelet, whether it's the necklace. For the last 2 years, the only other necklace that I've worn besides my star is Sue's amber teether necklace. And it definitely did its trick. But I would probably myself go for a bracelet
Yeah,
because,
those are nice.
you know,
You can
yeah,
layer them.
exactly. You can layer them. You can have different stones work together. Yeah, so that's really awesome. So glad you're with us, Sue. Thanks for being here. Even in the Netherlands, that's freaking amazing. That's awesome. Awesome.
This is your part, the reading and your words.
Well, we'll get to it in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. Krista was just saying it's wonderful having Sue there. I know for me, it'd be wonderful if I had my mom come visit. But I want to know from Kevin, how is he liking his mother-in-law coming visit for a month? That's wonderful to hear that he and your parents have a great relationship. I try to be not an evil stepmother or mother-in-law myself, but it's a stereotype. We're all like pre-programmed that, men should hate their mother-in-law, women should hate their mother-in-law. And the reality is it's just not like that anymore. For a lot of people. Sue says, so far so good, no bloodshed yet.
That's so funny.
Awesome. All righty. So let's talk a little bit about some magic words today. Woohoo! Harvesting the power of natural order. Again, everything falls into line perfectly, doesn't it? Right?
Yes.
We're talking about priorities. We're talking about, like that structure, focus on what is actually important to you, not necessarily what society has told you should be important to you. That was one of the things for myself that I had to come to terms with early on in my work with law of attraction, with using crystals to manifest, was figuring out what I authentically wanted from life, right? I didn't want to be a millionaire, and I felt like an idiot because it seemed like everything was geared towards that, right? You want to do law of attraction because you want to be a millionaire, right? Well, that's very masculine energy. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted peace. I wanted joy. I wanted plenty, right? I didn't have to be a millionaire just as long as I had more than enough, right? So, this is telling me to talk about something I'm not quite sure I want to talk about. All right, so I'm going to talk about it. My oldest daughter has opened her home to me in transition into finding my own place here. So it's been absolutely generous and wonderful, and I love her house. Now, my daughter is okay with being surrounded by chaos. Like, she's got a 5-year-old son. She has no problem with letting the kid play and all of that kind of stuff. And I've often said in the past myself, if you have a clean house and children, your priorities are off, right?
Yeah.
However, while I'm here during the day, right, because I'm of a different ilk, right, I've got to have order. I've got to have things, where I need them to be and so on and so forth. It was very difficult for me to get going on what it is that I needed to do for me, right? Because my ADHD brain pulls in the clutter like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, I should put that away. Oh, yeah. Just 1,000 thoughts from everywhere that drains my energy, right? So yesterday I went through and I harvested the power of order. And I cleaned the house. I organized the house. I put people's personal things in their individual bedrooms. And I felt much more enabled to use the energy that I have to fulfill on my priorities, my own personal priorities. And as a bonus, when she came home and saw that her house was clean, she made me dinner.
Ooh.
So, I mean, win-win. Um, and it made her a lot lighter and a lot freer, because how her ADHD manifests is the clutter looks overwhelming, so she doesn't touch it, right? With
Yeah.
me, the clutter makes me crazy, so I have to organize it, right? And they're both ADHD, but they both manifest differently. And there's, it's not like one's great and one's awful. It's just different, right? So when you have this way like I do, where when things are in alignment, when things are in order, that gives you the empowerment to actually fulfill on what you say you want, right? That's it's totally different than how she might work with it,
Yeah.
right? um Her way of doing things would probably be more of a aligning chaos kind of thing, right? So she wouldn't necessarily want to work with fluorite for her priorities. She's going to work with a crystal that's going to harness the chaos and align it forward, right? So just want to put that in about the crystals that we're talking about this week, in that for you individually, fluorite may not be the best crystal for you to work with unless you are empowered by order, right? But when you are empowered by order, you can actually harness that power to bring things into reality, to bring things into alignment according to what it is that you say that you want. Now, forgive me, I was a little scattered when listening about Damaris's section, worried about getting Krista's stuff all done. So this is all that I need to say about that, right? When we are right now considering the fact that Jupiter has now gone direct, Mercury has now gone direct. We're coming to the end of retrograde season, right? As human beings, we will sense that the universe is back in alignment, right? Nothing's going backwards anymore, right? We still have a couple of things that are out there retrograde,
Yeah.
but the universe is coming into the way it should be going, what we perceive as order.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving in the direction it should be moving in, and so on, right? So we can harness that power, right? This is fall, this is the spooky season, this is the season of harvest, right? We can actually use those things moving forward in a way that we haven't been able to use them up until now, to actually make that jump. Damaris and I were talking, I'm not sure if it was at the beginning of the show or just before the show, about how you bridge that gap from self into soul.
Yes.
Right? And say a little bit more about that, Damaris.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, when we are working, let's say with the full moon, like I really don't talk about the moons, because other sites and people are always, doing spells, or doing, not spells, but, creating magic, let's say, with the full moon. So, but what I wanted to add to that was that we have to go from the personality level to the soul level. We have to cross sort of like a bridge, and we can do that through meditation or prayer, in order to manifest what we want from our pure and authentic self. Because if we just work on the personality level, we're going to be like this lady that I was describing, where she's going from one relationship right into the other she wants to, without the healing process in between. So all she is going to attract is another person
who vibes with her personality, not with her soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
She's so cute. So what I'm saying is, when we're working with the full moon and we want to manifest, we want to meditate on the soul and bring down, our purest intentions from that soul level, so it can manifest quickly and doesn't have this delay. Thank God we have a delay with the law of attraction, because
Yeah.
sometimes we have negative thoughts. And if we were to attract those things
Could you
immediately,
imagine traffic if we hit instant law of attraction?
imagine,
Traffic, oh my gosh. There'd be
imagine.
cars just bursting into flame all over the freeway.
And when we're upset, or when somebody triggers us and we start cursing and being upset, imagine we manifested all those things
Yeah.
for that person.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
we would have a lot of karma. So we have to be grateful.
A lot of karma.
Negative karma, that is.
Yeah.
We have to be grateful and thankful that there's a delay,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was
Absolutely.
saying when working with the full moon.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because what that brings around to me is a phrase that you hear, as above, so below.
Yes.
Again, that's order.
Yes.
That is harvesting the power of order. Everything that happens in the universe happens naturally. It doesn't require electricity. It doesn't require our thoughts to make the planets revolve, right?
Yeah, no.
It happens on its own, right? And that is a sense of order. I mean, it's a reality of order, actually. I mean, for literally eons, we have been able to predict where a planet will be at a certain
Yes.
time because it was there, and it's
100%.
predictable. There's an order to the
Yes.
universe.
I like that you say that, because you're absolutely 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, harvest that power of order. Harvest that energy of everything is exactly as it should be. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing to fix. There's nowhere to get. You're here now, in the present. Be present and allow order to manifest around you, in your life, within you, authentically bringing forth those things that want to come forth through you. A few months ago, actually, I was working with somebody about my business, and this shouldn't have surprised me, but I was reminded of it, and I was surprised that I had forgot. And she's like, well, ask your business what it wants to be. Everything in the universe has its own, I don't necessarily want to call it a soul, because we bring a lot of baggage to that word.
Yeah, the spirit of your business.
It's a spirit, it's an entity. It has its own life force. It has its own life trajectory. Everything that exists here and now began as a thought somewhere, right? So, talking to your business and saying, what do you want it to be? Talk to your future self. Ask yourself, how did I get there? What do I need to do? What do I need to do now in order to align with what you seem to be out there in the future? And then, taking those, that's how you can harvest order, right?
It's so funny you say that, because I was talking today, I put about the masculine energy, which is really, the masculine energy is when we take action, right? The feminine energy, we receive the messages intuitively. We're very receptive, but then that masculine energy has to take the action to move that message forward.
Right.
So we need the yin and the yang, for it to manifest.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Krista. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't. All right. Yes. No. I'm like, I don't want her to go too far, because I got to remember the first thing she said. So, as you're playing around with this, play games with yourself. Like, just for today, how many butterflies can I see? right? And like Krista says, it doesn't matter if it's spring, summer, winter, or fall, right? You may not see them in the garden on the flower bush. You may see them on a greeting card. You may
Yeah.
see them on a collector's plate, you know, but how many butterflies can I see today? Or whatever question you want to ask yourself to to ask your field, if you will. I don't want to say brain because it's not the brain that's doing that, right? But to ask your energetic field to alert you, you know, to yeah, okay, and bring those things into your life. Um, did I get you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. So, like Krista's saying, some of us have a weak muscle when it comes to being able to see too far out into the future, right? So we don't believe that we have any impact over the future. Like we can't see what we would want, so you know, we can't impact it. These games, these 24-hour games, these 5-minute games, um, are integral for you to start building that muscle of trusting that what you perceive from far out is actually accurate and can be acted upon to get there. So whether it's, you know, how many butterflies can I see today? Yay! And then expanding that out. Okay, so I saw 12 butterflies today. How many butterflies can I see tomorrow? Or instead of butterflies, how many compliments can I collect tomorrow?
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, right. And then treasure
What is
chest.
that?
Yes.
I
Yep. She's
love
gonna
it.
put that in her
A
treasure
treasure
chest.
chest.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, there's play games like that with yourself so that you build that muscle of, you know what, I know I can see into the future and I can receive the knowledge from the future about what steps to take today to get there. And I know that that's very helpful for me personally because I get that brain cloud. I'm like the lack of clarity. I don't even know what to ask. I don't know what to look for or whatever. But when you can, you know, center, align, and then reach into time and space and ask these questions that allow you to actually more powerfully align with who you are meant to be here, right? And cut away the chaos of other people's opinions and
Yeah.
programming and, you know, conditioning that
The right questions are key too, you know.
they
Asking the
really
right
are.
questions
They
is key.
really, really are. Yeah. What have you had some interesting experiences with asking sloppy questions and then what shows up?
I have. And then I wonder, oh my God, why is this happening? Yeah, I have. So I've learned to
Krista's like hiding her face. Yeah.
I've
Just
learned to ask the right questions. Really, seriously, and honestly, how I got into my spiritual journey was asking questions. I was like, you know, at the beginning, before I started my journey, I was, you know, I had everything I needed, but I was feeling empty. So I
mm,
started asking God, I started asking questions like, why am I here? And, you know, and I had this attitude at the time where life is a bitch and then you die kind of thing.
well, that would probably be part of it.
That yeah, I did because I was just missing something, you
Mhm.
know, and those questions literally brought into my life the man that initiated my journey. Literally.
Awesome. Awesome stuff.
I didn't know I was asking the right questions,
Yeah.
but obviously I did. You know, I did it unconsciously at that time. Now I'm doing it more conscious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, let's do a little bit of housekeeping, ladies, because the last week we forgot to mention to our listeners, I forgot to mention to our listeners, how they can get included in the weekly woo woo giveaway. right? Like that was just not during the show last week. So, of course, no one shared the show. All right. Yeah. And we had something like that happen the week before. I just couldn't get in there and look myself. So we did a different process through choosing a winner. Right. Well, this week, what I did was I went in through all of our members, and I closed my eyes and I scrolled down a few times, and whoever's face was there was the one that I chose for the giveaway. All right. So we're going to tell you who the winner is in just a moment. However, I do want to emphasize, please share this broadcast if you ever see it.
We're kind of handicapped this week because we're missing Krista's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know. But she's doing so well in communicating otherwise.
Unicorn.
Yay.
I'm a unicorn.
Yay.
Yay.
So, yeah. So, please do share it out, like, comment, invite people to the group. Let us know how this is going for you. Laugh at us. We're fine with that. We really are, because
That's
we're
okay.
laughing at ourselves and each other. And we're just, like, we're doing the best we can. And Mercury ain't gonna win this game. We're still gonna be here after it goes forward again.
It actually is direct. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's the shadow phase.
Yeah.
It's shadow phase for the next couple of weeks, which
Yeah.
usually gets me even more than, like, because I expect it to be over, and it's like, what are you hanging out here for? So by all means, please share it out, tell people about it, and enter into. One of the things that I would like you all who are ever watching this, when you do share it out, please use the hashtag woo woo for the win or woo woo giveaway. Okay. That way it'll make it a lot easier for us to find everybody who's actually shared it, whether your privacy settings won't let us see it or not. We can see that hashtag. So yeah, please use those hashtags. One or the other. Woo giveaway is probably the best one to do. And we'll make sure that we have all kinds of stuff for you in the future. Now, as for today, our magical winner is Mr. Frank Westcott. Yeah. Mr. Frank Westcott, and he is actually one of Krista's neighbors, if I'm not mistaken, over there in the Netherlands. Is it, or one of your friends? Anyways, I thought it was a neighbor.
Is this the first time he wins?
Yes, this is the first time he wins.
Congratulations.
So, congratulations, Frank. Your prize is a reading of your choice. Now, if you choose to read with me, that will be either a tarot reading or an EFT, emotional freedom technique tapping treatment. If you choose to get a reading from Krista, it will be a crystal reading, and I'm guaranteeing you she'll have sound by then. Once the show is over, Kevin's probably going to get in there and start taking everything apart. And then if you choose to get your reading from Damaris, it will be either a medical astrology report, a tarot report, or what's the other one, hon? Numerology. All right. So you have all kinds of options for your prize. Pick a crone and let's go.
I love that. Pick a crone. I love that.
Awesome. So we want to say thank you, of course, to all of our contributors and sponsors. Oh, wait, where's our thank you? No.
There you go.
Thank you. There we go. And of course, we have Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista. Yay! And Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. Myself, of course, Gayle Nicholson with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. And from all of us here at Three Crones and the Woo Woo, thank you so much for joining us, for your patience through this freaking clusterfuck.
So funny.
And we will see you again next week. Love you all. Take care. Bye.